Alright, so we are back at Fairbanks. Jeff wanted to see the cemetery, but he didn't want to hike it, so we brought the bike. How nice. They have a little water set up for the dogs and the bees. Alright, adventure dog. So Jeff's ahead on the bike. She is probably going to pull me to no end because she'll want to be near him. Give her some more lead on this. But it's a beautiful day out. It's got a nice breeze, even though it's in the 80s. It is really nice. So here we are. There's a little gate I had to get the bike through. So don't use the throttle. You only pedal. Anyway, saying it was a beautiful day. It's nice and breezy. Alright, so back at it. Had a little technical difficulty there. Got him fixed up. And I had my classes this morning, 8:30 and 10. And everything went really well. Between the two classes, had 3 new students, so hopefully they come back. They say they will, but schedules are what they are. So sometimes it makes it hard for them to be consistent, but hopefully they will be. And last night went well. Everybody had a good time. Plenty of food. Actually, I had one small piece of corned beef left out of all of that corned beef. And really not that many potatoes. So that was good. Everybody seemed to have a good time. And I'm going to say we probably had close to 15, 18 people. It wasn't quite as many as we were expecting. Only because, well, I don't know why. I can't say why people didn't come. But it didn't feel like we had that many people all at once because they kind of came in shifts. We had people come at 6 and then we had people come after 7. And then once the people that came after 7 came, the people that were there at 6, they left. Maybe they came more so at 8. At any rate, everybody seemed to have a good time, and after they left, I cleaned up, did all the dishes, and it's windy. I don't know how this video or how this audio is going to come through, but I did up the dishes, put all the cushions back in the shed outside, losing my words, and mopped the floors and went to bed. Crashed. The night before I only got like 2.5 hours sleep, so I was pretty exhausted and fell asleep about 10:30 and got up at 6 to go teach. So, and then when I got home from teaching, Jeff suggested this, so I hopped on that. And here we are. Just going. I think I'll take Adventure Dog off the leash. Hold on, girl. And let her go ahead. And she's not going to keep up with him the whole time. But we're going to let her go ahead and try. I'm not going to discourage her. Whatever exercise she wants to get. As Maida once said, she was starting to look like a refrigerator, so instead of that sleek little girl. So we'll let her go. Alright. When we get to the cemetery, I will go ahead and hop back on, unless something interesting happens between now and then. But that's kind of cute. Her with him. So sweet. I don't know how many graves are here now. There's a lot. There's a lot up here. There's Pyaar splooting in the dirt after she just got her bath. But it's what they do. It's what we do, huh, girl? It's how you keep cool.
If I could lay under there with you, I would. It's cool.
Yeah. Take your rest. I'm going to walk around. So here's a grave site. Now she's not on lead. Let's be respectful. Don't let her go on these grave sites. They're not to traipse on. Here's another one.
Come here. Here. Stay.
I can put her on a lead.
Oh, my allergies are running up here, boy. It's beautiful up here, though.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful. Come here, girl. Okay. And we're going to shorten this lead because you are, for all intents and purposes, you are at a cemetery. We will be respectful. So, another site here. Site here, probably here, definitely there.
There's no names on them, huh?
There's names on a couple. You have to walk to get to them. Here. Sure, that's a gravesite there. I assume this is for a family. What was that? Okay, yep, the bike is there. Down there, we left it there. I assume a family is in here. There's another little site here. And go this way. Gravesite here. All here are more grave sites. Here, I'm sure more than one. I'm sure more than one here. Oh, these meta glasses, are they glitching or am I getting ready to pass out? I said these meta glasses, are they glitching or am I getting ready to pass out? I think I'm going to switch over to the camera because I don't know what's going on. Oh, they weren't even... Alright, so here we are. I switched over to the camera because I'm assuming it's the meta glasses were glitching, which is kind of weird. We'll see. Maybe it's me glitching. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just switch to the other view. See, we are here. Oh, Pyaar, stop getting tangled around me, girl. Let's see. Maybe go this way. Where are you going, Jeff?
Back to the bench.
Well, it's not that big, and we're kind of through it. It goes around. See how nice it is outside today. Here's another gravesite. wanted to know about names and stuff. So there's a site here. And there's a grave here. Another grave here. So I'm going to put some glass on that one. Grave sites here. So I just told you wanted to know about this. So this and this one here. I'm going to assume this still has family members because there's so much stuff here. When I was here last time, the coins weren't there. And then there's a zipper pull. A little flamingo. Those are the flamingos that I give out. I wonder if that's from somebody that I gave or other people. Oh, flamingo in this one too.
Where did he put money down?
What's a Jewish thing too? There's another site here, but wherever that concrete is not there anymore. Grave site there. One here. There's one there. And one here. There's another family site there. Gosh. I know Pyaar's hot, but she's like drooling and it's on my leg and I'm like, ack. Just hiking along. Beautiful view. Now we're back to the front already. One last site. And I'll take her off leash. There you go. She'll probably go and rest back under the bench, finding shade wherever she can.
Oh, my nose.
Let's take one more look from the top. Cameras never get as good as your eyes do. Let me just zoom in here for you, because this is what my eyes see. It's not what you get to see unless I zoom in. It is beautiful. All right. And then we're back to the front. Princess Pyaar. We are on our way back down the hill to our Pyaar off lead. I know there's that sound again. Let me get that out of the way. What are you thinking, girl? You thinking you can manage that? I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
You gonna try it? Just a pretty walk. And we're back to the bike. And I'll get her some more water. And we'll be back. Okay, we're gonna hit the trail again. Let me grab my camera. Go ahead. And Jeff came up with the idea that we'll head to Tombstone. So I'll take you to Tombstone with us next. Because you're just spending the weekend with me. Hanging out. Having fun. I would rather have worn something else other than my hiking garb to Tombstone. And that's just me. I will be dressed like most everybody else there. And Pyaar and Jeff will make it back to the car well before me. And that's okay. Because I really enjoy the walk. It's only 3/4 of a mile, so just about. When we were coming down the hill, Jeff said I probably could have made this walking. Thinking to myself, probably not. Not without being exhausted. Because even though it's nice and breezy here, it is pretty warm. And I did put sunscreen on. Yes, I did. And this is that UV shirt from Ioga.
I'm going to take it back to the car.
Yeah, you've got the key in the backpack. In that little front pocket.
Yeah.
And off they go. It's good exercise for her. She can sure use it. And you and I can just take a walk together. And then just enjoy. Even though we're not physically together, we can just walk and feel like we are. Taking in nature, maybe wherever you're at, it's still too cold to go for this kind of walk, or maybe it's too hot. This depends on where you're at. Maybe you don't have this kind of nature. But I do encourage you, whatever you do have around you, to go ahead and kind of look for it, find it, and then just get out in it. It really does make a difference. So many people are like, taking a walk's not going to do anything to improve anything, but it does. And it's nice just to spend a little bit of semi-quiet time together. to go ahead and just be quiet for a little bit here while we walk together. I don't know if you can see the butterfly. And maybe just appreciate the silence for a moment. And just breathe. Back at the trail, had our pause, that little moment of silence. Always try and find that in your day too. Let me know in the comments what you're doing today, or what you've done today. Isn't it like life? We don't know what's quite around the corner, do we? If we go that way, we go back to the ghost town. We're going this way. This is the direction that Jeffrey went. Those of you that know Jeff are probably pretty impressed that he was riding that bike, whether it was electric or not. And the fact that he walked that hill up to the cemetery. He's doing great. He's really trying. And that's really all we can ask for. It's all we can ask for ourselves. It's all we can ask from anybody else, is that we're trying. Trying to do better, trying to be better. Will it be perfect? No. Are we perfect? No. Are we gonna have those times when we're sitting on the couch and making couch potatoes and eating ice cream and pizza? Yes. And then we're gonna have those days where we're eating our grilled chicken salads and being all kinds of healthy. But whatever it is, move. And if you can move in nature, highly recommend it. So we're nearing the end of the trail. And hope you enjoyed our time together on this. See if I can't pull this out separate and make it its own little quiet video. Somewhat quiet. We did have a little chat along the way. And all of this peace is about to be interrupted because we're going to have to fold that bike up and lift it into the car, and it's a struggle. But we'll do it. And then we'll be in Tombstone. So I'll catch you then. All right, so I was just watching back this video and saw that I really didn't have an ending. Kind of ended with that restaurant. So it's a new restaurant that opened in town called Guadalajara's. I thought somewhere I had a little walk and talk we did. I can't find it on my videos. Maybe I erased it by mistake. Anyway, um, Guadalajara's is the name of the restaurant. It is fairly new here in Sierra Vista, at least that particular restaurant. I noticed that they, look at that, it's not cool. I noticed that they had another little restaurant in a strip center. We hadn't been to that one either. However, we went Sunday night to Guadalajara's and it wasn't bad. I will say wasn't the best. I'm sure, like everywhere else in the country, we can't be the only place having these issues. It's hard to find people to work. Everybody's kind of got, now hiring signs up, and nobody is applying, evidently, because these signs are still up. So the service was a little slow. Kitchen was a little slow. I like the atmosphere of the restaurant a lot. It is probably the closest to a restaurant that I'm used to going to, that they have in the area. So I enjoyed it for that. It was, how some Mexican restaurants will have guacamole tableside where they make it in front of you? They do that with salsa as well. So they have this cart and they come and they mix the salsa in a big, the volcanic dishes. Um, but they mix the salsa right there in front of you. They ask you if you want it mild or spicy and how spicy, and then she'll give it to you to taste. And if you want it spicier, then she can do that. And if it turned out too spicy, they add more tomato. She said the tomato tones down the spice. So they can adjust it that way as well. Jeff said it was probably the best salsa he's had ever, which is great. I'm glad that he enjoyed it. What we ordered Mexican paella is what he ordered, which paella has meat and different fish in it. So it had shrimp and lobster, might have had whitefish, I don't know, and chicken, and the rice and saffron in the rice. It's kind of interesting because saffron is not something usually you equate with Mexican food. And then I ordered a platter that had three things on it. Mine had a chicken enchilada with the red sauce. It had a piece of skirt steak, which I ordered medium, and a chile relleno. I like chili rellenos, and their chili relleno had really good flavor. Unfortunately, the outside was just a little overcooked, but it had some good spice to it without being too hot. So I enjoyed that. And then the steak was okay, and the chicken enchilada was good, and the rice was very dry. And I've made the Spanish rice the way they make it, so I know that it doesn't have to be that dry. And I think there might be a learning curve or some grace that needs to be given, because when you're cooking in a restaurant and stuff like rice, you're going to make in advance. You're not making that as they order it. So maybe add a little more liquid to it as the evening, progresses, just to keep it a little more moist, because it was kind of dry. And then they had refried beans on the platter, and the beans were good. So that's what we ordered. Unfortunately, there was a piece of broken shell. There were mussels on Jeff's paella, and there was a piece of broken shell in the paella, and he did not see that, and it cut the inside of his mouth, and it kind of ruined the rest of his dinner. So I felt really bad for him. He was bleeding a lot from his mouth, and mentioned it to the server. They did, as right as they could. They went ahead and they took it off the bill, and Jeff he didn't even want to take it home. He just sent it back to the kitchen. So that was our experience at Guadalajara's, which again wasn't bad, and even he said he definitely would go back. He'll just order something different. And it was Sunday night, and they were pretty busy, and I'm sure that they are short staffed. So if you're local and you go there, just be patient. Don't be in a rush to eat. Enjoy the company of whoever you're with. And if you're by yourself, maybe you're on your phone. Who knows? Or you're people watching. But give them a try. We want to keep our businesses open and running. And, they are closing quickly. Economy is getting harder and harder here. I don't know about where everybody else is at, but I mean, gas here is like $4.20 a gallon, which we saw something on the news, like in Idaho, it's $3.29, and that's what they're going by for the national average is 3 something. When very clearly here throughout the state, we're over $4 a gallon. So if you can help out a local small business, especially now, no matter where you're at in this great big world, go ahead and try and do that. So that was Sunday. Came home, walked the dog, and I did make a video. I really don't know where it's at. So if I can't find it, I'm going to remake it because I have a little idea that I think we'll try and do every week. We'll do our little Sunday walk and chat, but maybe give ourselves a task for the week. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you soon. Have a great day.